In this session, we are going to go through how to configure Xdebug with PHPStorm and Lando local development environment. So first up, I am going to open a project in PHPStorm. Since we are using Lando, I will start the project. So our site is running. In the Lando config, we have already created a command to enable Xdebug in debugging mode. So that's what I am going to use. Now in Chrome, you will need to add one extension named Xdebug helper. What this plugin does is add appropriate headers so that the web server knows that these particular requests are going for debugging sessions. I've just pinned it so that it becomes easier to use. We will have to refresh the page at least once after installing the extension. Now I am going to set it to debug mode. Here we have already set it to debug mode, and we need to ask our IDE to start listening for PHP debug connections. Now when we refresh, the page is still loading because our IDE does not yet know which PHP file was being executed or interpreted. So that is why it stopped at the beginning. If we click resume program, the page will load in the front end. To correct this mapping in PHPStorm, we will need to go to settings, in PHP, in servers, click add, write the app server as name, and same in host, and then select this custom mapping. So based on our Lando config, this particular directory resides at this location in our container. And this directory resides at /app/WordPress. So once I correct this, the IDE won't be stopping all the requests directly. So the page is getting loaded without an issue. Now let's add one breakpoint to verify whether our settings are correct or not. I know that wp-config is going to be used in every request, so I'm just creating a breakpoint in here. Once I reload the page, the execution stopped here, and I can view the values of all the global variables and variables that are defined. And if I click on the resume program button, it will resume the execution.